watching games like this for your own team, for Buffalo, maybe for next season?
Well, especially my first year, too, is just making sure I got a bigger picture of what's successful this time of year, how players may have to evolve or change their game or find different ways to adapt based off of what style of series could be played here. Is it physical? Is it more pace? Are you a bigger player going against quick speed forwards, or is it just going to be a heavier matchup where it's going to be hard to get to the inside of the ice? So you can become more and more effective this time of year, because ultimately you're looking for good players to help your team, but your goal is to make it into the playoffs and want to make it into the final pair and ultimately win a Stanley Cup. And who's going to help you in this crucial time of year? Like when I said, every ounce of ice out there is so hard to get by.
It's hard to get by because some of the size of the players also. I look at the Vegas one, that's a big hockey club. Starting with the goaltender, it's like the Michelin man coming out of the garage. He's completely because there's not much space there for that puck to slither through.
Absolutely. You've looked at size of, D-cores and especially top four that eat up a lot of minutes over the course of the years of keeping pucks to the outside, making it hard, making it miserable for players to get into the inside. Like I said, it's no easy bit of ice to try to get to, and especially when you want to get rewarded, you're going to take your hacks of wax to get there.
Yeah, it's interesting. Also, you played with a number of different players, and I believe Derek Spurgeon, was he your teammate in junior hockey?
Yeah, we were D partners in junior and D partners in the minors and D partners briefly in the NHL as well. Bus buddies, stallmates, the whole kit and caboodle growing up for a good about 6-7 years stretch there. So unfortunately now in my new line of work, our communication's a little bit more minimal, but happy to see him still thrive and you ultimately hope and pray that he continues to be healthy and enjoy the game he loves to play.
Well, one of the guys I want to talk about is Cal Clutterbuck, also who played it for Minnesota for a number of years. He wound up playing 1,064 games in the National Hockey League. He's number one all-time in hits. He has a total of 4,029 hits in those 1,064 games. He's one of those guys that love to play the body, and you know yourself, when you're a big guy, hitting is just as hard as receiving.
Oh, absolutely. It's a wear and tear in the body, and you get to, Cal's had a great career. He was actually my hotel roommate for all of 3 days when I got reassigned to Houston. When I was a young player, he was sent down there, and he was down for only about a couple weeks before he was recalled back by the Wild. So briefly got to know him a little bit down in hotel in Houston there, but he worked hard for his career. He earned it the hard way. But the physical body, the presence, and how can you force defensemen to make mistakes? No easy plays had out here, and how much pressure you can put on defensemen in different areas, and he was ultimately one of the best at putting pressure on D and making them pay a price to make a play. Yeah, 17 seasons he spent in the National Hockey League. That's a lot of games, a lot of hits also, and a guy who reminds me of him also, that physical type president is Hartman from Minnesota. I mean, he likes to be that guy that brings that physical presence to the team. Yeah, physical presence, and ultimately when there's a whistle, or if you look and you see there's a group of 3 or 4 bodies in a pile, then he's usually one of them. And Cal was that guy as well too, and provided energy for his team, especially during the hard times of the year, the grinds and stretches of the schedule. You knew what type of effort he was going to give, and the emotion that comes with it. Yeah, we got about 30 seconds to go. How many different games will you watch in the course of playoffs? Do you go to all different cities, or you just cover a certain area? Yeah, just kind of seeing what the schedule works best. I think I've seen about 150 games this year total. So we're kind of rounding out the end of the year here now. We're going to catch a little bit of American League as well in the playoffs. And like I said, seeing who can really elevate and ramp up their game during this crucial time. How are things looking for Buffalo for next year so far? I'm excited. This will be kind of my first off season too, to put a bit of my stamp on things and to try to bring some things to the table that I can to help with, and hopefully I can do my part well. Well, those fans in Buffalo certainly deserve a winning team, but there's been a long time since they had it, but we'll see what happens. Justin, thanks for being with us. Justin Falk, our guest here. Kevin, let's go back to you.
Thank you, Tom. Downstairs at the Wild locker room, Wild lead the Golden Knights 2-1 after one period of play. Wild build up that 2-0 lead, thanks in large part to Marco Rossi with the goal set up by Justin Brazeau. I speak from experience. Sometimes it just pays to be big. It got in the way of the